Hi everyone, this is Gerald McChesney. I'm outside my room and I just wanted to come out here and show you the new flowers that I've planted. There's some more around the corner and I'll move the camera in a minute. First of all, I want to say what a wonderful day. It's beautiful, and happy Easter to all of you. Alright, now let me move the camera over here to show you some more. All these ought to grow up and get really big, and each one of them has Elysium in it, so this whole area right here ought to smell terrible. Elysium really smells good. See, here I am. That's wonderful out here tonight. Well, I seem to have come for the second installment, and I did it my way. And tonight, I'm going to prepare a dish that is very popular here in this country, but really worldwide. It originated in the mid-1900s. The chef was faced with a terrible problem. His master couldn't eat because his teeth had gotten so bad. So he created a dish, and his master survived because of the dish. And even though the chef was so kind-hearted, his master, the Count Stroganoff, took the recipe for his own. And so that's why today, all these hundreds of years later, the recipe is still known as beef stroganoff. And there's many variations. And, well, you'll see. Come on in and we'll get started on that. And thanks again for coming, and again, happy Easter. Here's a couple hints. If you're going to cook something and you have a dog big enough to reach the top of the counter like I do, you either should put him up or put him out. And there he is right there. Before you go to prepare any food, you should wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water. The countertop's important too. You should always wipe that down after any time you prepare something on it. I use a mild solution of alcohol and water. It seems to work just fine. I just wanted to try this at a different angle now that the sun's gone down. Looks like it works pretty good. Move it up a little bit. There we go. Alright. Here are the items that you'll need to make tonight's dish. You'll need a cutting board, some bacon, 10-inch frying pan, or bigger, and the utensils that you see there, measuring spoons. And here's the meat we'll use. This is ribeye. A lot of recipes call for using lesser cuts of meat and boiling them into oblivion. To me, this is a gourmet dish with delicate flavors, so you don't want to boil anything into oblivion. So use this. It's much better. And even if you can't afford that, try to find a well-marbled piece of meat with a lot of fat in it. Then you're going to have sea salt, or whatever kind of salt you have, black pepper, Worcestershire sauce. These are Spanish onions, but you can use purple onions or white onions or green onions or Vidalia onions, whichever one you like. Then you have 8 ounces of, these are just white mushrooms sliced. They don't have to be, you can get them whole, slice them yourself. Cornstarch, cream of mushroom soup, tomato ketchup, a cup of sour cream, and white wine. And traditionally, this is served over egg noodles like this, but you can serve it over spaghetti or rice or any variety of different pastas. Then you need a colander so you can drain it. Alright. Oh yeah, you need beef broth. Well everyone, here we are. Time to start cooking. First thing you want to do is take the 3 pieces of bacon, place them in the frying pan, turn that on medium, and you're going to want to, as it gets hotter, spread it around so the whole pan is coated with grease. Okay, I'll do this and then I'll come back. Once the bacon is cooked enough to coat the pan really well with bacon grease, go ahead and remove the bacon. Then what you want to do is get the meat, ribeye steak, and you want to put that in the pan in a single layer. As you can see, the meat has been sliced into thin strips. So, we're going to cook this until it's brown on both sides. So I'll come back in just a couple minutes. Okay, as the meat reaches the degree of doneness that you want, it's time to add a few other things here. You'll be wanting to add, this is sea salt and pepper. It's a half a teaspoon of pepper and a half teaspoon of sea salt. Go ahead and pour that right in. Stir that around a little bit. And then you want to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and this just happens to be in olive oil. If you don't have that, just a clove of garlic it's fine. But somehow I found that, so alright. So you want to stir all this around, let it cook for a couple minutes, and I'll come back to you. Okay, after that's cooked for a few minutes, you want to remove the meat to another pan, or a bowl if you have a bowl. Yeah, return the frying pan to the burner. And then we want to add then you want to add to the pan onion. This is about 2 cups of onion. I don't think you can ever use too much. So place that in the pan. Place these mushrooms in the pan. That's a cup of mushrooms. And you want to stir these all around until the mushrooms are tender and the onions are translucent. So I'll be back. And now, to the sauteed onions and mushrooms, you want to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Here it is. And stir that around and let that cook for a minute or 2. Okay. Okay, now we need to add a 1/2 cup of beef broth. There it is. A can of cream of mushroom soup. Don't dilute it, just leave it like it is. Now a 1/2 cup of white wine. And that would be this. Okay. 3 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. So we'll stir this around and it should thicken up, and then we'll come back and add the last ingredients. Okay, I've added the meat back to it, so now what we want to do is let it sit here until it boils. Alright, once the mixture is boiling, let it boil for a few minutes. And then it's time for the sour cream, which to me is the best part, because I love sour cream. There it is. That's it. Alright, here we go. I read in the recipe they wanted like 5/8 of a cup of sour cream. What is that? If they want sour cream, go ahead and get them sour cream. My goodness. Okay, now once you put this in here, you want to blend it so it goes everywhere. What you don't want to do is bring it to a boil, because it'll separate. So let it get warm and keep it on low heat. It might take a little while to do that, but like I say, you don't want it to boil. So anyway, we'll take care of that, and then I'll come back again. This will be the sides to go with the beef stroganoff. It's going to be corn on the cob and Brussels sprouts. And those need to cook about 10 minutes because they're frozen. So we'll do that and come back. This is how it looks after the sour cream has been stirred into it so that it's all smooth and uniform. As you can see, it's simmering just a tiny bit. You don't want that, so turn it back a little bit. And here I am. It won't be long till dinner now. You couldn't see how long it took, but I've been doing this in stages. It's taking like hours. But anyway, that's alright. Here's egg noodles that I'm going to use. And I made a couple garlic rolls there to go with it. So, won't be long now. Okay, here's the sides. As you can see, it's Brussels sprouts and corn. We're going to season the Brussels sprouts and the corn with olive oil. And then the Brussels sprouts will get Parmesan and Romano cheese, while the corn will get honey mustard. So we'll do that and I'll be back. Now it's time to plate this. So you're going to want, I think I still want the tongs for this. You're going to want some tongs for the noodles. The noodles cooked 8 minutes in the microwave, and when you do that they come out al dente, which is exactly what you want. Not too soft and not too hard. So anyway, make a nice bed of egg noodles. Make a hole in the middle. Take your stroganoff mixture and put it right on there. There we are. Now, since we have flowers, we can garnish our plate, which I always thought was nice. Working with noodles, sometimes it's hard to find a place to put stuff. There we go. Get that to stay there. There we go. And roll these. There we are. Okay, so well, this should be good. Took long enough to make it. Anyway, that was my fault. I took a break. Anyway, here it is. It's beef stroganoff and egg noodles garnished with flowers. It's Brussels sprouts with Parmesan cheese and corn with honey mustard, and this is garlic bread. And I'm drinking Arizona fruit punch. Looks like a great meal to me, so I'm going to go ahead and eat. All I can say to you guys is bon appetit, get your own. Bye bye.